talk about the celebration of hockey for the Rogers Hometown Hockey Tour. We're here. It's at the Sportsnet Mobile Studio, joined, Jody, by special guest Gary Steeves from Courage Canada, VP and participant when it comes to visually impaired hockey players. This is fascinating. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
And congratulations on what you've been able to build to make hockey accessible all across the board.
Thank you very much. It's our goal to get blind hockey into the Paralympics in 2026, and we started the grassroots to make it happen.
Okay, for those who wouldn't be able to really wrap their heads around how blind hockey works, how do players know where the puck is?
Well, the first thing, we have our puck here. It makes noise, and it's larger, so it's 5.5 inches by about 2 3/8, so proportionally the same size as a regular puck, but moves a bit slower, so people can track it easier when they have less vision. It makes lots of noise, so people can hear where it is.
And how do the rules work for the safety aspect of how we're interacting on the ice to make sure everyone's having fun, enjoying the sport, and not getting injured?
So basically, when we get people out, we get them orientated to the ice. A lot of people playing blind hockey have a fair amount of vision for being blind. That's having like under 10% vision, and a lot of them have it sort of in fields in the side vision. Some have had it in the central vision, and so they generally play forward. And people with less sight generally play defense and goalie. And people just kind of get a sense for the ice. You can kind of hear when you're on the ice where the boards are if you're paying attention, and you can hear the skaters. So obviously we have the odd collision that happens, but just like normal hockey, except this time it's by accident.
And so much of what you're doing is based in wanting there to be normalcy for people who are visually impaired. The story that will be featured on Rogers Hometown Hockey on Sunday features you. There are a number of your players who mentioned being the only visually impaired student in their school, yet once they hit the ice in your program, they're just one of the group.
Well, yeah, I mean, the key thing I think about blind ice hockey is getting people active, kids who are blind and adults who are blind active. But the other key thing is the team sport aspect, where you get a bunch of people together with a disability who are often separated either at different schools, as you're saying, or at workplaces, and they all come together and they have that experience of being able to share issues they might be facing as a person who's blind or visually impaired. And then they get to have fun and go play some hockey as well, obviously.
Definitely the connection, definitely the community. Jody, you mentioned this clip of what we're going to see on Rogers Hometown Hockey. We've got a sneak peek for you right now. Have a look.
Parents just want to see their kids being like every other kid. Because how Canadian is it for a parent to bring their kid to the rink, and even despite visual impairment, and to see them put on their gear, get onto the ice, and be part of a team.
He knows he's just as equal as everybody else, and he doesn't have to feel that are they going to accept me or are they going to say no? Because he's had a few of those moments in school where he's wanted to play with other kids, and they're either afraid of hurting him or they don't want nothing to do with him because of his impairment.
Great story, and just only a small snippet of what we're going to see on Sunday. What's been truly the great reward for you, given how far Courage Canada has come? Vancouver Eclipse being, a great representative of BC nationally for this sport.
Well, I think the piece you're going to see on Sunday is an amazing accomplishment. We had the first ever blind ice hockey camp for youth who are blind. We had people from, I think, 6 or 7 provinces. 12 kids came out, and some of those kids are good enough. I think half the kids are going to be able to play in our national hockey tournament we have every year in Toronto. It's February 13th, 14th, and 15th in Toronto. So we have a national tournament. We bring all the players from across Canada and compete. So, I mean, having the kids come out and be part of that and have that success and be able to move on to the national tournament was just it was an awesome experience, and I think that piece really demonstrates it.
We would be remiss if we did not show off Bogart. Do you think he'll get up for a second for us? There he is. Yeah, he listens. So we're just going to, maybe we can stand up, Gary, and show him. This is your best friend. Tell us a little bit about Bogart.
Bogart is a standard poodle who always faces away from the camera.
Yes.
And he's my guide dog, actually. He's a great asset. He's been everywhere and does everything with me.
Therapy dogs are so important, and he is such a great example of that. We just wanted to give him his time. His FaceTime, you're so cute.